My name is Jag Mohan Bhandari. So Jag mean the whole world, and Mohan mean who captivates, and Bhandari mean full of knowledge. So the reason I'm running from Whistler, because I want to share my knowledge, whatever I have acquired over the years. Because I believe in a philosophy, whatever the best you have, you should be sharing with your fellow Canadians. Because in 2010, Olympic is coming to our village, Whistler, and that Olympic should benefit all the residents, local residents, number one, and also provide the world-class service the visitors who are coming to our homeland from all around the world. And the reason why I'm running, because I care about my country, and the Olympic is a lifetime event, and I want that our local resident or Canadian should benefit, number one, and then we provide a world-class service to all the visitors, those who come to our Whistler village. As far as the child care is concerned, so I will support all those projects which will be funded by the local government along with all the businesses, those who are operating in Whistler village, and all those big projects which are going on right now, and the owners and the developer, I will provide the project to those developers, those who share their profit with the local resident, those who provide the employment to the local resident, those who create the self-employment for the local resident, so they can benefit from this big event of Olympic. And also I'll create the project which will have a multi-functional project. So those projects which will not only be good for Olympic 2010 but can also be utilized after the Olympic. So I will only gear all the resources towards those projects which will provide, which will fulfill the present need and also the forthcoming needs. And as far as the spending is concerned, so all the money which we have raised for Olympic, it will be spent on those projects which will benefit the local resident. For example, all the money which we have raised to raise the lofty buildings, we will also utilize that spending to change the lot of living buildings. So living building means our children, our seniors, our youth. So basically we will not only take care of the building, but we will also take care of the living buildings. I'll create an infrastructure so where the youth don't have to work like 60 hours just to pay the rent like $1,000 for one bedroom where there is no kitchen. In Olympic we would need a security. We need to secure all the athletes, all the dignitaries. So I will create an infrastructure where the local resident will get a priority and a training so they can work during Olympic. So I will provide a kind of a training to the local resident and youth so they can get a priority in getting the job in the security and the contract, so they can benefit. I will create the project which will benefit not during Olympic but also after the Olympic. And as far as the child care is concerned, I'll create the projects which will benefit the local resident when they go to work. So there are child care center, so they are daycare center which are funded by the local government and the local developers, and the developers have to share the portion of the profit for the well-being of the local residents. For example, the previous local government hiked the transit charges like a 200 to 400%. That is unfair. I will re-evaluate then on what ground the transit fares were increased. So whereas for the visitor there is no charge, but for the local resident is like a 200 to 400% increase, which is not fair. As far as the housing is concerned, I will support the project which will develop a multi-family housing. So where there are like 30 homes supported by a tennis court, supported by a gym, supported by a yoga center. So where the whole community is connected. It's not like a one bedroom unit for $1 million and the guy is living in Czechoslovakia, and that unit is empty. I'll create an infrastructure where during the Olympic event, so the visitor will tend to live in those villages, in those smaller homes with a bread and breakfast homes, where the local resident will get the benefit, rather than they are paying $1,000 rent for a one-bedroom rent for one bedroom in a hotel. So I will support the projects which will benefit the local resident, not during Olympic but also after Olympic. I salute to my fellow Whistler resident. I'll create a Whistler village where all the projects will benefit the local residents, where we will provide the world-class service to the visitors, where the project will be created, where the project will be not like a unilateral decision. It will be supported by the local resident, for the local resident, and of the local residents. And and the communication channel will be two-way street. It will never be a one-way street under my administration. And I will always get the feedback of the local resident. I will involve them in the decision-making process through the voting, through the rating. So my whole campaign is based on 4 key elements: honesty, integrity, sharing, and accountability. And I'll create an infrastructure which will benefit the local resident not only during the Olympic 2010, but the same structures can be utilized after the Olympic. I'll create, in brief, I will urge the Whistler resident, go on my site JB4Whistler.com and go on my site onevision.oneworld.tv and compare my profile with the other candidate. If you find that my achievements and my accomplishment and my platform is better than others, then vote for me. If you find my accomplishments are not better than others, then vote for my fellow candidates. So I salute to my local residents. My fellow Canadians, Whistler resident, my whole campaign is based on 5 key components. Number 1 is honesty, and 2 is integrity, 3rd is sharing, and 4 is accountability, and 5th, in the formation of the world where all the people around the world live together, work together, dance together. I'll create a Whistler villa where kids and their parents and their grandparents hold their hand together and sing a song, oh baby, vote for JB.